The final point is that there are two types of ISPs. There's type 1 and type 2. Why this has relevance will come at a later chapter. But for now, we still want to be able to identify what type 1s and type 2s are. Type 1 institutional structure is any ISP that sweeps liquidity. Okay, that sweeps a structural liquidity. Okay, what is liquidity? Liquidity is one of two things. It is either equals. It is one of three things. It is either equals, like equal highs or equal lows, for example, in this case, or it is a breakup followed by a breakdown. Okay, so it is a break of structure up followed by a breakdown. This is sweep. So what is happening here is, because we've had the break, we confirm that liquidity or orders have been situated below the low, and then we can come and sweep it. That is the only forms of liquidity. One, range liquidity or session range liquidity. For example, the Asian range, we can sweep above the high as a sweep, or the London range, right? It could be on either the high or the low. The second type of liquidity is equals. Right? Because this shows us an area of resistance that has formed, and then we can sweep above it, understanding that there are stops above. The third and final area of liquidity, as we traditionally view it, is the breakdown, like so. That gives us liquidity above this high because we've broken and we understand that that has introduced liquidity into the market. A sweep up, and then that could be your sweep, right? So old highs and old lows. Okay. In a situation like this, where we've pulled up, pulled down, this level here has not broken structure. Therefore, it is not liquidity. When we come up above here, this is not liquidity. But now, because this has broken structure, it is liquidity. And we can sweep it and expect potentially an ISP to form. The fourth type of liquidity, which is not traditionally how we view liquidity, is fair value gaps. So fair value gaps are liquidity because they represent residual orders in the market. Okay, so in this case, we have a fair value gap as a result of this bullish leg. So this would be called a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. This means that there is an imbalance of buy side orders and an inefficiency in sell side orders. So this means that price was not efficient in filling the sell side orders, and there's an imbalance of buying orders that took place. So what does that mean? In this SIBI, as we call it, or BISI rather, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, there is sell side inefficiency, meaning there is sell orders in here, sell orders in here, making this sell side liquidity. I know we're getting into liquidity now, but this is so hard to teach because liquidity and order flow is built so heavily into how we view structure here that it's impossible not to talk about it. So we have sell side orders in here, and what do we know about sell side liquidity? Sell side liquidity can bring buying action into the market. Buy side liquidity can bring selling action into the market, right? So here we have a SIBI, a sell side inefficiency, or sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, right? So we look at buy side inefficiency, or bearish FEG to keep it simple. There's a buy side inefficiency, means that there's residual buy orders in here. When we tap in here, we classify this as buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity can be used to fill sell orders in the market.